How can I marry with my sister's husband? How can I forget my childhood love?
Many years ago, in a village nestled in the heart of Africa called Ikene, surrounded by vast seas and oceans, there resided a woman named Adana and her two daughters, Kemi and Chioma. Adana was a resilient and hard-working woman who, after the passing of her husband, devoted herself to raising her daughters single-handedly. The seas and oceans surrounding Ikene were teeming with seafood like fish, crabs, and prawns, making fishing a primary occupation for the villagers. Adana ventured into the fish business, smoking and roasting fish to provide for her children. Her smoked fish was renowned in the market, and people eagerly awaited her daily appearances. Kemi, the eldest daughter, would rise early each morning to visit the riverside where fishermen sold their catch. She developed a fondness for a young fisherman named Chinedu, who offered her fish at excellent prices. Their friendship blossomed, and before long, Chinedu proposed marriage to Kemi, which she joyfully accepted. Adana approved of Chinedu, knowing him to be a hard-working man. Chioma, Kemi's younger sister, shared in her sister's joy, despite feeling the impending void of her sister's absence. The marriage rites were completed, and Kemi and Chinedu became officially wedded. Their love was evident, and they began their life together, managing the fish business. With Chinedu's supply of fish, they prospered and soon became wealthy enough to hire servants. However, despite their success, there was one thing missing. 4 years had passed since their marriage, yet Kemi had not conceived. Initially unconcerned, the absence of pregnancy began to worry Kemi. She sought her mother's counsel, who took her to experienced women in fertility matters, called Neka and Uzomaka. Neka and Uzomaka examined Kemi and reassured her that all was well with her body, advising her to be patient. Months turned into years, and still there was no sign of pregnancy. Chinedu, understanding his wife's distress, comforted her, urging her not to let anxiety consume her. However, Kemi's mother, Ifioma, was less patient. She pressured Kemi, reminding her of her duty to produce children for her son's lineage. Ifioma threatened to bring a fertile woman for her son if Kemi couldn't fulfill her role. Kemi, distraught, felt her marriage was at a standstill. Chinedu, upon learning of his mother's behavior, confronted her, asserting his support for Kemi and their marriage. He made it clear to Ifioma that it was their problem to solve, not hers. After this confrontation, there was a brief respite from Ifioma's interference, but it was short-lived. One bright morning, a woman named Chinwe arrived with a young girl, claiming she was the daughter of her friend. Chinwe suggested that the girl, Amarachi, would be a suitable wife for Chinedu, since her family was known for their fertility. Chinedu, irritated by his mother's interference, brandished a cutlass, prompting Amarachi to flee. Chinwe cried out, claiming Chinedu wanted to kill her, creating chaos in the household. Kemi realized she couldn't sit idly by while her marriage crumbled. She took charge of the fish business, becoming adept at running it. Meanwhile, she met a wealthy fisherman lord named Obinna, who admired her business acumen. Obinna and Kemi developed a friendship, and he eventually proposed marriage, which she eagerly accepted. Excitedly, Kemi went to her mother, Adana, seeking guidance amidst her failing marriage. Tearfully, she explained the situation, expressing her fear of losing her husband to another woman. Adana, empathizing with her daughter's plight, suggested a surprising solution. She proposed that Chioma, Kemi's younger sister, should marry Chinedu to help their family overcome the stigma of infertility. Kemi, initially hesitant, pleaded with Chioma to consider the proposal. Pioma, however, was already engaged to another man who loved her despite her family's history. Kemi, desperate to save her marriage, sought the help of their uncle, who attempted to persuade Chioma to marry Chinedu for the greater good of the family and community. Chioma wrestled with her emotions, torn between her love for her fiancé and her family's needs. In the end, after much contemplation, Chioma agreed to marry Chinedu. She understood the importance of family honor and the impact it had on their lives. On the day of the wedding, Adana spoke to Chioma, acknowledging the sacrifices she was making for their family. Chioma, with a heavy but determined heart, walked down the aisle to marry Chinedu. It was a bittersweet moment, filled with hope for a new beginning. As Chioma and Chinedu began their life together, Kemi and Obinna also celebrated their union. The village buzzed with gossip, but slowly the focus shifted from their family's infertility to the weddings and the promise of new beginnings. Years passed, and both Kemi and Chioma found happiness in their marriages. Chioma eventually bore children for Chinedu, bringing joy and relief to the family. Their story became a testament to the strength of family bonds and the sacrifices made for love and honor. And so, in the village of Ekin, life continued with its ups and downs, but the family remained united, their legacy secure. More interesting stories are on the way, so make sure to subscribe my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. I would love to hear your thoughts in comments below. Thank you for watching.